Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Coda's Political Circle. And today we are actually talking about the polls today about Trump versus Biden. A lot of people, for some weird reason, are all glooming and dooming that Trump is going to be losing the election because, for some weird reason, the polls only have Trump up by one. Uh, and honestly, I think the reason is because of the Quinnipiac poll. For some reason, they always are so Biden. They're always for Biden. Like if I could go down below here, if I could filter by Quinnipiac, yeah, they are always for Biden. They only had one poll that had Trump up in one of their polls. Almost every single poll they put out, except these ones specifically, they always have Biden up +3, +4, +6, +5. Like they're really a left-leaning pollster, and it shows. And quite honestly, I think that's the only reason that Trump is down. I mean, he's up only by one, and a lot of people are glooming and dooming that we're gonna have a repeat of 2020, and I just don't see that happening at all. Look at this, for example. I'll show you obviously everything else, but look at this, for example. In February, Trump was in a 1 point scenario as well, and a lot of people were thinking that Biden was finally going to overtake him. It didn't happen. Trump went up a lot by about 2 to 3 percentage points, and then he went back down to one because that's just how the election works. It's just going to keep going up and down, up and down. But honestly, I think Trump is just going to still have the lead no matter what. Like for example, right here, if you go back to October, Trump had a 1 point lead as well, and then he went up big, and then went down obviously to the lowest margin I believe is 0.6, and he still went back up. It's just how it's going to happen. The only time Biden even led was actually in it was actually in it should show up right here. It doesn't say, but he did lead right here, but it does say a tie. I guess if you wanted to say he actually led, most of the part was definitely September of last year. He led, and since then Trump has always been up because no one wants Biden. It's just the truth. And also remember this: we vote by the Electoral College. If Biden is even up by 3 or even possibly 4, Trump can still win the Electoral College based on that. The bigger polls are these ones right here, the state polls, which I'll get to those in a second. But first, let's do this. So President Biden's job approval is 16 minus 16 in percentage, and a lot of people do not like him as president, and honestly, it shows. Look at it like this: like literally, the only time he had a favorable rating was literally in August 2021, when he became president, but like he just went downhill from there, and it's still going up. Like a lot of people just do not like Biden, and it just shows. Like the closest poll that had him down, I guess you could say, would be Harvard Harris, like 8 percentage points. If the farthest you can go back, that has horrible ratings other than that one, but average he negative 16 percentage points, and that's pretty bad. Even for Trump, around this time 4 years ago, around this time when he was president, a negative 15%, which is still bad, but also he had a little bit of pluses in there in those polls. For Biden, he hasn't had a single plus in a long time. He hasn't had a single plus. He honestly hasn't had a single plus since I think last year, actually. Yes, he hasn't had a single plus since last year. So basing it off of how Trump was back then and then Biden, it just shows that Biden is way more unlikable than how Trump was. And then also looking at these polls, his job approvals on issues. So on economy, he was negative 18. For Trump, which I want to hurry up and just go through it real quick. I just want to look at this one. So Trump, I believe. Okay, this is only job approval, so I can't exactly look at that one. I'm just going based off of the economy and stuff like that. So I'll just look at Biden's. But yeah, Biden's negative 18 on the economy. I know a lot of people like Trump's economy, and I looked at it in polls. Obviously, I can't bring those up right now. But if you look it up, Trump definitely leads in the economy aspect, and Biden definitely severely lacks in that aspect. I don't even think he's gone up at all in that aspect. Then his foreign policy, atrocious. It's literally negative 22. His immigration is really, really bad, which is negative 32. Even his inflation, negative 26. Like this is just awful. He's negative 19 even on crime. The Israel-Palestinian conflict, negative 28. The Russian-Ukraine, the only one that it's still his best. It's literally his best issue, but is literally still negative for him. I don't even think. The only last time he had a spread one, and it was Quinnipiac, by the way. So we're not even going to give a crap about them. Quinnipiac sucks with their polls. Just look at it. They are the only ones with pluses in any of theirs. But it just shows that no one wants Biden. It's just obvious. Now let's actually go through the states here. So I'm actually going to go through the states and talk about how much is Trump leading by the states, because this matters the most. These battleground states matter the most in this election. If Trump's leading in these states, that's how he wins the election. That's basically how he wins. It doesn't matter if he's leading in the popular vote by one or not even leading. As long as he leads in a majority of these battleground states, he wins the election. That's just how it works in America, and honestly, it's a better situation than just going by popular vote because of California and situations like that. But yeah, Arizona. He is leading Biden by 5 percentage points, which is pretty good. That is about a likely margin right there. And in Nevada, so that was Arizona. In Nevada, he leads by 3. Obviously, Nevada polls are a little bit skewed, but this is still a good advantage for Trump right here, a +3. In Wisconsin, he's only leading by 0.8, so that's a little bit of. It's probably going to get. Wisconsin's probably going to go down to the wire with Trump. Quite honestly, I think that's going to go down to the wire. But honestly, as of right now, Trump is leading in that poll. So Trump is leading in Wisconsin. In Michigan, he's leading by 3.5 percentage points, which is really good because Michigan usually doesn't vote for Trump. And I believe that they voted for Trump in 2016, which was a very big surprising thing from what I heard back then. But yeah, there's definitely a big one for Trump. There's obviously a couple of outliers here, a tie and a tie again, but every other poll from other than that is Trump leading. So even Quinnipiac even thinks Trump's leading in Michigan. So I mean, it just shows that Trump is probably going to win Michigan because of the unlikability of Biden. And then there's Pennsylvania. This is probably the one that could go either way. Honestly, Wisconsin, I think, is easily going to go to Trump. Now this is the one I just don't know. Pennsylvania could go either way. I believe these, honestly, I kind of believe these ties because it is kind of possible that it could get down to the wire with Trump and Biden and then Pennsylvania. But as of right now, Trump does lead by 2.2 percentage points. He was leading a decent amount, but then there was this crappy poll right here that Biden. But in my opinion, I think Trump is leading in Pennsylvania as of right now. Then there's North Carolina. Trump leads big by 4.4 percentage points, and he leads in basically almost every single poll. Actually, yeah, almost every single poll in the North Carolina ones. In Georgia, he leads by 5.2 percentage points, which is really great, especially in a state that literally barely was won by Biden. And he leads in almost every single poll. The last poll that even, and it was the Hill. The last poll that he was even leading in that state was last year. So Trump's probably going to easily win Georgia as well. It's just going to happen. And then I also wanted to show this. So this is the electoral map, how it was in 2016, but not including the states I just listed when I was talking about the percentage points. So, and also, obviously, these are a little bit skewed. They're not all based on the percentage points, like likely margin, lean margin. I'm just basing them off of just solid margins, just so it's easier to look at as of right now, and I don't have to go through every single one every time. But basically, as of right now, it would be 226 to 219. Biden barely leading. But if you go by the polls, which I'm going to go by each poll. So let's go by each poll. So Arizona, if he's leading by Arizona by 5, which I'm just gonna go by solid margins. I'm not gonna actually go by likely or anything to just make it quicker. So he's leading Arizona. He gets Arizona. He's leading in Nevada. So that means he gets Nevada. He already has 236. He is leading in Wisconsin barely, but I think actually Trump will win Wisconsin. He's leading in Wisconsin. He's leading in Michigan's big, so he's that guaranteed to have Michigan. Then he just needs one. He just needs one more of these states to win the election. Based on this, he wins Pennsylvania barely, but I think Pennsylvania could go either way. North Carolina and Georgia. North Carolina, he wins big in North Carolina. In Georgia, he wins big in Georgia. And honestly, the only two ones that are close as possible that actually could go either way, it's Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. So if I gave Biden Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, Biden still doesn't win. So Trump still wins the election based on polling. Even if there is an error in polling and Trump does not win, basically if Trump does not win, I think that I mean, not win. If he doesn't win, if he wins based on polling, but the Wisconsin and PA ones are skewed, like kind of like how the Senate race was with Pennsylvania, Trump still wins the election as long as he gets Michigan. I believe it's just Michigan. Like if he loses Michigan, yeah, he loses. So if he just gets Michigan, which he's in a good lead in Michigan, so as long as he gets Michigan, I even talked about this in one of my videos. As long as he gets Michigan, he wins the election. So, and also Nevada and Arizona, got to talk about those as well. Well, I mean, you don't exactly need Nevada, but I'm just saying, like, some of these you also need to get, like, he needs Arizona. He doesn't need Nevada. As long as he gets Michigan, Arizona, he's going to win the election. It's just going to happen. He's going to win Georgia, obviously, based on projections, North Carolina. So the only two that literally could go either way is literally Wisconsin and PA based on polling. If he wins both of those, he wins by 3-12. He wins a big election landslide. If Biden wins those, polls are skewed, he still wins the election. It's just gonna, I mean, there should be no gloom and doom. I mean, it's obviously going to be Trump winning the election. Now, here's what I should say: don't get complacent. You need to vote red in November. Do not get complacent. That's the one thing I want to say. Do not think watching this video, oh, we could get 312. Why should I be going to go vote? We're going to win anyway. That's pretty stupid. Please do not do that because you need to go vote. It's just like it's basically a big thing to do, especially if you're in a battleground state. Your vote definitely matters no matter what. So please vote early or in person on election day. Either one, just please vote, and you will definitely get to see Trump in the White House as long as you vote. So I think either way, Trump will win the White House. I mean, there's just no situation that, unless Biden does something astronomically good, there is literally no way Biden can win the White House. Literally, he's not going to win Arizona based on polling. He's not going to win Nevada based on polling. He's definitely not going to win Georgia based on polling. He's not going to win North Carolina based on polling. And remember, these margin of errors, I just want to show this. The margin of errors. So for some of these polls, 3, Trump still wins. Nevada, if we go based on the last polls. 4, margin of error, but remember, this is Nevada. Remember, if Trump lost Nevada. Wisconsin, 4.4 margin of error. Obviously, Trump could actually lose Wisconsin. Michigan, it has a 4-point margin of error, but remember, he's led by 3 and 8 and more. So he honestly, I think he picks up Michigan no matter what. Pennsylvania, that could be skewed. We'll see. North Carolina, no matter what, he wins North Carolina. Georgia, no matter what, he wins Georgia. So literally the only ones, I guess you could say, Trump could lose: Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Nevada. Trump still wins the election. Even based on margin of error. If it's the maximum margin of error, Trump still wins. It's just inevitable. That's just what's going to happen. What's going to happen. Trump's going to win the election. Trump's going to be the next president, but do not get complacent. Go vote in November. If you are in a competitive state, even if you're in a big red state, we need the votes. That's what I got to say. Now, is Trump going to win the popular vote? Well, I don't know about that. We'll see. It's unlikely, but as long as the polling keeps up and goes above the margin of error, I think Trump can win the election. I think Trump can also win the election even with the popular vote. That's what I'm saying. Even if Biden's above by 4, Trump can still win the election. It just shows based on polling by each state. Like just how I showed you. I want to just show you this one more time. Nevada, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. Based on margin of error, Trump still wins the election. It's just going to happen. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just want to do this really fun video for you guys just to show you that Trump isn't, even if he loses the popular vote in polling, he can still win. Based on what I showed you. It's just an obvious thing that's just going to happen. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not sure when my next video will be, but it could be in the next couple of days. We'll see if I can find anything interesting to post about. I'm not sure. I could do one. I could do a one on if it was Trump versus Biden versus Kennedy versus Stein. I don't know. I mean, I just don't see Stein on all 50 states. So I don't know if that's a good video or not. But I can make a video on almost anything, basically. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I did see a thing about Biden on Easter yesterday about him trying to make Easter at the White House less religious, which is pretty stupid because basically the basis of Easter is literally religion. It's pretty stupid that you just don't want to have any religion at all. And also, he's Christian, so it literally makes no sense. But I didn't really want to make a video about it because, I mean, why would I post a video on Easter Sunday? You guys deserve the day off to spend time with your families as much as me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I might have a video in the next day, the next couple of days. No matter what, I'm going to keep trying to post for you guys as much as possible. I see I'm getting more subscribers, more views, more comments. It's awesome to see. I love seeing you guys support it. I just want to say thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.